Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in once again. Right now we're live with the NASCAR Xfinity Series qualifying for the season finale at Phoenix. Make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We got the live timing and scoring. Currently it's Brennan Poole out on track, and he's going to go third overall. 5 cars have gone so far. It's Bassett at the top of the leaderboard, then McLeod, Poole, Cram, and LeBay. Matt Mills about to make his lap. This qualifying will set the grid for the season finale. But thanks to everybody tuning in this fine afternoon. Yeah, Matt Mills currently on track. He's had an incident yesterday in practice, brought out the caution for a spin off of turn 2. He's pretty off the pace right now. And he is going to qualify at the bottom of the leaderboard in 6th, a second and a half off of the early pace. So, yeah, that's probably going to result in a DNQ for that 5-car tough break for them in the last weekend of the season. But that's 6 cars that have made their qualifying run. Just 1 lap today in qualifying for these drivers. Just trying to work on something here for my mouse. Anyways, now it's Joey Gase on track as a driver owner of that 35 machine. Who do you guys think is going to get the pole here early on? Eric, how are you doing? Mr. Fly to the Sky, will you be reacting to Cup Series qualifying? Yes, I will. We're going to be live for basically everything today and tomorrow. Three likes, guys. Appreciate it. Let's get it up to 10 likes. Let's get it up to 10 likes here. So Joey Gase will put his 35 car third overall. And you know what? I want to shout out this 35 team. They were able to, go full-time throughout the entire season. Now, didn't really have too many great results, but they're just a small team trying to get off the ground with a minimum budget. A lot of those teams aren't really able to survive, but shout out to them for being able to secure the funding for one whole season, and I think they're expected to return next year. Now it's Stephen Parsons on the track in the 45 for Alpha Prime. Stephen Parsons has had quite a few good runs for this 45 team in this fall season. He's done about, 10 races or so for him, and he has run up inside the top 10 quite a few times. And I think his best run was probably at Bristol, where I think he finished 8th place. I really think that he might have a shot and maybe land in a full-time ride for maybe somebody like Our Motorsports or for Alpha Prime if they feel like they want to field a full-time driver next year. And he's going to go second on the leaderboard. Dylan Bassett with one heck of a lap time. It's Bassett. I've been saying it Bassett, but Bassett. Now you got Bailey Curry on track in the bright red Hy-Vee Chevrolet for JDM. It's been announced that Bailey Curry will be returning to that 4-car full-time next year. We'll see if they can build up that program. It's rare that you see guys run multiple seasons, full-time for some of these smaller teams. So, it's good that they're able to lock down some funding like that. Usually some of those smaller teams are kind of just going week to week trying to secure some funding. Bailey Curry, though, currently trending in the green through turns 1 and 2. Looking pretty good. Oh, had a little bit of a bobble there off of turn 2. Now into turn 3 and 4. Yeah, lost a lot of time there from that bobble. And he's going to go, I think, third overall, third on the board for Bailey Curry. Now it's J.J. Yaley up to qualify next in the 66. Thanks to everybody tuning in, though, so far. Make sure to drop a like if you haven't already. Bill, you're rooting for Gregson all the way. You guys like the thumbnail we did today? The thumbnail? What are your thoughts on that? What are my thoughts? That's cool, Eric, but my thoughts about Jimmie Johnson returning to NASCAR. Honestly, I'm very surprised by that. Now, some people may not be as surprised as I was, but it just really seemed like, he'd really left NASCAR and had shifted into that, IndyCar. I mean, he's still going to be running part-time in IndyCar next year, and that'll be actually pretty interesting. He'll be going from IndyCar some weekends to NASCAR other weekends. But, I'm pretty surprised that he's coming back, but in a way, I'm glad. And I'm more so excited for Petty GMS in the team. I think it's great that they've now kind of got a senior leader who's kind of maybe going to fill that position that Richard Petty will leave once he, most likely, will probably pass away in the next couple of years. Next up is this is my show. We got some background noise coming in. Anyways. But yeah, guys, so the 4 playoff guys will qualify in the last 4 runs. So it'll be Josh Berry, then Allgaier, then Gregson, then Gibbs. Oh my goodness, man. I'm just looking at this Ohio State Northwestern game on the side. I don't know how Northwestern's staying in this. Anyways, but now J.G. Yaley's getting out on the track. And that 66, I think it's pronounced Tri-Edge now. Not quite sure, but I have to say, J.G. Yaley, he has had some tough luck the last couple weeks. They have put together some great qualifying runs in that 66 team. I think they've qualified in the top 15 or so the last 3 weeks in a row, but every time in the race, they have maybe a mechanical issue or just get taken out from something else. But now here comes J.G. Yaley through the trial. Already a 10th off of Bassett's pace. So I'm really interested to see how long does this 77 car stay at the top of the leaderboard. I don't know. I think maybe Kyle Weatherman might have a shot at taking that spot. But I mean, he was able to hold off the 45 car, which is a pretty strong race car usually on most weekends. He's definitely turning some heads up with that qualifying run. Yeah, and if it's not Weatherman, then maybe Kaz Gralla in the 26 this weekend. He's actually got a nice opportunity with Sam Hunt Racing, Kaz Gralla in that 26 Toyota. But yeah, J.J. Yaley will go 7th on the board, so not the qualifying run they wanted. Both MBM cars with not the greatest qualifying efforts today. Oh my goodness. Did they just get another first down? Kyle Sieg, though, on the racetrack now. Brother of Ryan Sieg, running part-time this season. I don't know what. This guy, his photo that they use, that is a rough photo, man. Yeah, Kyle Sieg, a couple tenths off the pace here. He's probably going to go around 6th place on the leaderboard. And he's going to go 4th, actually. So that's a pretty solid run there for him. And Bassett's still at the top of the leaderboard. But now here comes Kyle Weatherman in the 34 for Jesse Iwuji Racing. Weatherman and Iwuji have been kind of splitting that car most of this season. Weatherman has had a couple of great runs. They're looking to have a solid end of the season here tonight. Now here comes Kyle Weatherman to the line. Looking at the chat, though. Eric, they should rename Petty GMS to 7 Times Motorsports. Maybe. That'd actually be pretty interesting. Especially if they could get Dale. If they get Dale Earnhardt to also partner with that team, because Dale Jr. hasn't been able to buy a Cup Series charter if he also partnered with Petty GMS and it became like Petty, Johnson, Earnhardt, and GMS Racing. Then you'd have all 3 7-time names at least. Not necessarily all 3 drivers, but about as close as you can get. Weatherman goes 11th, though. Oh, I think Weatherman actually may be having to start at the back tomorrow, so I don't think he really tried too much on that qualifying run. Here comes Mason Massey in the 91. He's had a handful of solid runs this season. Bill, what time is the Xfinity race today? It's at 6 p.m. Eastern, but I'll be going live at around 5:45. Yo, Daniel, what's up? Yeah. Hey, guys, let's get up to 10 likes, guys. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Massey, though, on the track. He's trending in the red, though, about a tenth off the pace as they go down the back straightaway. Man, at the 77, he tends to, like, when they're showing the telemetry, he pulls away so much on corner exit off at turn 2. He's still at the top of the leaderboard. And what is, that was a big lap by that team. I mean, they haven't qualified for 7 of the 12 events that they've tried to qualify into this season, so this is a great lap for that team. Oh, in the Ohio State-Northwestern game, Northwestern trying to upset Ohio State. If Northwestern were to beat Ohio State, this would actually probably be one of the biggest upsets in college football of all time. That'll be cool, Eric. Daniel, yes, the 6 has qualified, and he is... The 6 is 7th so far out of 14 drivers that have gone. The 6 has kind of struggled this weekend for speed compared to how they've been the previous couple weeks when Brennan was in the car. Well, I'm sure they'll be able to adapt a bit tomorrow. Or, well, actually today. Josh Williams, though, is going to put his car 9th on the board. Next up is Kaz Gralla. I think this will be a good measure of how good of a lap the 77 put down. See how this 26 does. And that, I believe it's just all Toyota sponsorship on that car. Maybe a Toyota dealership. It's looking pretty sharp, though, that 26. After Gralla, it'll be Chris Wright, then Parker Retzlaff, and Landon Castle, the next couple cars to go. And now here comes Kaz Gralla to start his flying lap. 130 miles per hour at the line. He's going to top out at 161 as he goes into turn 1. And he's trending a 10th into the green. We'll see, though, what does he do off a corner exit? That's where a lot of guys have lost time to the 77. And he's going to lose a bit of time, but not as much as others. He's about a 10th off the pace into turn 3. Is he able to make up any time here? And Kaz Gralla will go 3rd on the board. So still not able to pass the 77's lap time. Man, maybe, does that 77 have like a JRM engine under the hood this weekend? Because, man, he put down a heck of a lap. Here comes Chris Wright onto the racetrack in that 68 for Brandon Built Motorsports. I believe they got Big Dog Energy on board. Man, I'm interested to see how does Parker Retzlaff and Landon Castle's lap times go up against Dylan Bassett's or even Ryan Sieg after that. I mean, that 77 has put down a heck of a lap. I mean, he's a 10th and a half clear, or about a 10th clear of the second place driver so far. Looking at the chat, though, again. Noah Hall, how many more cars do we got to go? Well, this is the 16th car so far, and so that means there's still 23 cars to go. Chris Wright almost lost it going into turn 3, but able to keep it straight, and he's going to lose a bit of time. Had a pretty solid lap going before that moment, but he's going to go 11th out of 16 cars. That was a great save by Chris Wright. I do have to say, Chris Wright, even though a lot of people have been hating on him for taking that car from Brandon Brown because Brandon Brown kind of lost the funding, even though it's his own car. But, I mean, he hasn't shown the race pace, but in qualifying, he's shown potential to be able to put one solid lap together. Here comes Parker Retzlaff, though, in the Funk Away 02. He's trending in the green here as he goes down into turn 1. He had a really good warm-up lap. He's a 10th clear, 10th up, and he's looking pretty even. He's maybe a 100th or 200ths off the 77. And 3 and 4, he might be able to make up this ground on the 77. Slides up the track just a bit. He's going to be about a 10th off at the line. He's going to go 3rd on the board. Wow, I don't know how the 77 put that lap together. That's really the story of this qualifying run. I mean, wow. He's going to qualify up inside the top 20 right now, basically guaranteed, which would be, I think, probably the best ever qualifying run for that team. Now Landon Castle's on track on his warm-up lap. That's cool, Eric. Hey, guys, we're up to 10 likes. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Landon Castle now starting his flying lap in that purple number 10, powered by Voyager. He's looking in the green, though. He's looking in the green here. 2/10 up. He drove it in there pretty deep. He's about 200ths up on the 77 right now. He's looking pretty good into turn 3. Is he able to stay in the green? He might be able to take the 77 off the top of the leaderboard, and it looks like he will. Off of turn 4, he's going to go a 10th clear of the 77. And now Landon Castle's at the top of the board. Still a great qualifying run by that 77. I think what everybody's kind of looking at right now is maybe how they do the warm-up lap. Like, it just... I think maybe if they gave him... The way the pit road is, I think if they gave him, like, one more lap to get up to speed, I think that might allow these guys to run a bit more of a indicative lap time. Hey, thanks to everybody watching, though, right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. We got 11 likes. Got 25 people watching. Let's get it up to 15 likes. So far, though, 18 cars have gone, and your leaderboards: Castle, Bassett, Parsons, Retzlaff, Gralla, your top 5, then Curry, Kyle, Sieg, McLeod, Gase, Poole, then Yaley, Williams, Wright, Cram, LeBay, Massey, Weatherman, and Mills. I think currently right now Matt Mills is the D and Q, but I could be wrong. One car's going home today. Ooh, they're interviewing Ty Gibbs right now. I know, dude. There's no. If you go to the NBC Sports website, you can get it there. If you go to the NBC Sports website, I think you can get it there. I think. That's what I'm doing. Man, guys, after the Xfinity Series qualifying, we'll be going live for the Cup Series qualifying as well. Not sure what I think the Cup Series qualifying format is still the 2 groups, which I don't like the 2 groups. I think that's kind of weird. I think they should just all go once, or do like everybody goes once and then they do the final 10 again, rather than doing like 2 groups and the top 5 go. Jeremy, how are you doing? Noah Ty is going to get wrecked. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't think it's going to happen, to be honest with you. And now here comes Joe Graff Jr. to make his qualifying lap in the 07. After the 07, the 39 of Ryan Sieg. And the 07 is going to start his flying lap. Trying to take the top spot from Landon Castle. Currently trending 3/10, though, in the red. So I don't know if he had a bad warm-up lap, but he looks like he does just not have the pace in that 07 right now. That thing is pretty far off. Second and a half off right now. That is a pretty slow lap for this 07. He is going to go 19th on the leaderboard, so he is going to be the slowest guy out there. That is a bad lap for that 07. Now here comes the 39 of Ryan Sieg onto the racetrack. Got 28 people watching right now. I appreciate it, but we only got 15 likes. Let's get it up to 20 likes, baby. Oh no, Jeremy. You're making me. I'm getting kind of scared now. I'm getting kind of scared. What's the hard way? What's the hard way, Jeremy? Mark, he did not find Bubba Wallace $1 million. There's no way Michael Jordan find Bubba Wallace $1 million. That'd be like half of Bubba Wallace's like entire net worth, or maybe like a fourth. But still, that would be pretty excessive. And I also don't even think that would be like legal unless it's somewhere written in his contract. That'd be kind of random. Ryan, though, goes number 2 on the board. He was really fighting that thing. That's 20 cars, though, qualified, 19 to go. Now here comes the 08 of David Starr. And Northwestern trying to upset Ohio State. Not trying to get too far off topic, but that is crazy. Oh, it's not actually David Starr in the 08 this weekend. It's Brandon Brown. My apologies. But Brandon Brown trending in the green. Now he's down into the red. A 10th off, though, off a corner exit. Now it's up to 2/10 down the back straightaway. 3/10 off. Now 4/10 into turn 3. And now off a corner exit, he is going to be about a half second off, and that'll put him 12th overall. Slide in just behind Brennan Poole. Looking at the chat, though, once again. Oh, boy, Jeremy. Yeah, Mark, he makes $2 million a year. Yeah, I don't think that would be happening. Fortnite, when does the race start? The Xfinity Series race starts at 6 o'clock tonight. Eastern time, that is. Well, thanks, everybody, tuning in so far. Almost up to 20 likes, guys. Let's get it. Currently under a commercial break. Ah. There we go. Thanks to everybody watching. David, oh, sorry. What channel am I watching it on? I'm watching it on the NBC Sports website. Oh, Caruth, I think, just went and he had a pretty poor lap time. Tough break last night as well in the truck race. And now the website's starting to glitch out. Maybe it's because all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, I want to watch this. Because they're starting to figure out that it's not on live television. It's Anthony Alfredo, though, up to bat. Okay, so Raja almost spun it off of turn 4. That's what we missed. So, yeah, that was a great save, actually, by him. And then Alfredo went 9th overall. Now it's Myatt Snyder up to qualify. But, yeah, I think the website is starting to glitch out, probably because a ton of people are trying to watch this qualifying race, and more than they anticipated, which is why they should have just had it on national TV. But all right. Oh, we got the bot. We got a bot in the chat. Hey, we're almost up to 20 likes, guys. I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to commentate too much because I think the website's kind of crashing because a ton of people are trying to watch it right now at once. Myatt Snyder, though, okay, so Myatt Snyder, I think also might have had a bit of an incident on his lap, almost lost it. He went 22 overall on a 25 so far. Now Jeb Burton's on track going for his lap. And Jeb Burton is going to put that 27. I'm looking for where the 27 is. 8th overall. Next up is Jeremy Clements, then Brandon Jones, then Sammy Smith. So those two JGR cars, I'm really interested to see where they go compared to Landon Castle and Ryan Sieg's lap times, because the two JGR cars actually all three were on fire in practice, top in the leaderboard, really in a league of their own. Yeah, no, right now the NBC website is really crashing. Can't believe that they weren't able to get qualifying for like the last race of the year on the main broadcast. Hey, we're up to over 20 likes, guys. I appreciate it. Jeremy Clements now on track, and he is going to go he's going to go 15th overall, just behind Brandon Brown. So next up is Brandon Jones. So we all know the incident last weekend between Brandon Jones and Ty Gibbs. Seems to be pretty interesting how that's going to end up turning out. Brandon Jones, a lot of people are like, oh, he's going to get revenge on Ty Gibbs this weekend. I personally don't think that's going to happen. Brandon Jones is a bit more calmer, a bit more, I feel like, composed than that, and I think he doesn't want to start a rivalry with somebody going into the next season at a team where he's going to have a brand new opportunity at JRM next year. And everybody's talking about somebody's going to go out there and wreck Ty Gibbs, and I think unless it's one of the other Championship 4 drivers, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think somebody wants to go out there and do that because honestly, in a way, even though the fan base would love it, it really kind of tarnishes their own record. And Brandon Jones is looking pretty good here on this lap, but he's going into the red a little bit into the final turn. I think he's going to be able to take it back, though, at the line. Brandon Jones is now at the top of the leaderboard. Now your top 5 is Jones, Castle, Ryan Sieg, Bassett, and Parsons. So Jones, he might have just kissed the wall there off a turn 2. Man, pushing it to the very edge. Now next up is teammate for the weekend, Sammy Smith. I believe he's going full-time next year, and I think he could have a great season next year. He has looked really good in his start so far in that 18. Fortnite 10G Gamer, I'm looking at it on the NBC Sports website. Noah Hall, I'm hoping Jones starts near Tyler so he can rattle his cage. No, I don't think Jones is going to race Gibbs hard. I really don't. Unless it's towards the end of the race and Gibbs is not in a position to win. So, but I just don't see him doing anything. Noah, you're hoping Jones, or wait, oh yeah, David. I know. I can't believe they weren't able to broadcast this on national TV. I don't even know what's on USA right now, but got 35 people watching though right now. Appreciate it. Your championship 4 drivers are the last 4 guys to qualify, and so far we've had, I believe, 28 cars go, so closing out on seeing those where the championship guys start off tomorrow's race. Next up, though, is Nick Sanchez, then A.J. Allmendinger and Daniel Hemrick. Sammy Smith, though, went to the top of the leaderboard by a 10th over his teammate Brandon Jones. That's a great lap. And now Nick Sanchez goes number 2 overall in that 48 Big Machine Racing Chevrolet. That's a great lap for him. It was just announced that he's going to be going full-time in a Rev Racing entry next year in the Truck Series. But, man, he's having a great qualifying effort here so far. He's going to be guaranteed a qualifying spot with inside the top 10. Parker Kligerman, though, will be taking over that 48 full-time next year. Congrats to him. Great lap, though, for Nick Sanchez. Not sure who the current DNQ is, but I'll try and figure that out for you guys. Well, I'm looking on the NASCAR Reddit because usually there's somebody on there who's keeping tabs on who's the current DNQ. And I just saw the most upvoted post so far today is, if I win tonight's Powerball, I'm going to buy a charter and give it to Dale Jr. for free. Honestly, that would be hilarious if that happened. Okay, so it looks like for now, Matt Mills will be the DNQ, so that's a tough break for him. Ted Cruz, you love Ty Gibbs. I feel really? You really think Ty Gibbs is going to win tomorrow? I think the only way Ty Gibbs win tomorrow is if he is just in a league of his own, which I wouldn't be too surprised if that happens. Hold on one second, guys. I'll be back in just a moment.